Well, I hope your lunch is as delicious as it sounds.
I know,
So-
you're nervous.
Poutine!
Butter chicken poutine!
I
We
must
were
have
talking-
poutine!
We were talking on the plane, and I said, I bet they're going to have poutine at the
And
hotel.
I was like, no,
and
not
I
in
said,
Toronto.
I bet they will.
And I was like, no.
And this is a different take on it. That's why I'm
It's very
fascinated.
Anglo. It's the Anglo version.
Yeah.
And last question.
Don't take this out
we've
of
got
this time.
speed right now, right?
No, wait, yeah, we're
We got-
recording,
we got
but we're
some-
not until we actually get asked a formal question. We don't.
I'll see what
roll.
I can do.
Yes.
Okay, good. What was the best part about being a part of this movie?
Oh gosh.
Working with
Working
Cobie.
with Mark Ruffalo.
It was amazing.
You too.
Just doing these interviews together is the best part for
You
me.
know what? I will say that the press
It has
tour,
been fun.
albeit quite exhausting, has been so much fun.
It has been fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I feel because
My liver is.
yeah,
is
I'm on a major
aged a
detox
little
afterwards. But because for me, I shot, and I'm sure you too, doing the Hulk stuff. I was shooting a lot by myself.
Yes.
Like me and Sam Jackson were doing a lot of scenes separately, and I got to work with everybody like
One
2 or
day.
3 days.
I-
Yeah,
I
maybe
only
not
saw
even.
you a
Yeah,
day
we
or-
only worked together one day. So this has been fun, getting to know everyone a little bit more and hanging out outside of work. It's been lovely.
It was a blast.
Yeah.
With a movie like this, where so much of it is CG and added in after the fact, what was it like for you guys to finally sit down and watch it for the first time?
OMFG. I was just going, OMFG, OMFG, OMFG.
It blew my mind. It blew my
Blew his
mind.
mind, yeah.
Especially the last 30, 40 minutes, the New York blew my mind. Because I just read that on the page. I wasn't
Yes.
involved in any of that.
And they fight the alien force.
yeah.
That's all it said in the script.
That's all it said.
That's what
That
it
was the
said.
last-
And they fight the alien force. And so you're waiting for it, and they fight the alien force, and you're just like, oh
my
my
God.
FG!
It's still going!
It's still going.
It's still going. And the thing that I actually was a big takeaway for me, and this is why I love all these artists at Marvel and these
Eugene.
artists in general.
ILM.
ILM, yes.
Mark Chu.
Is watching these aliens, and I don't know what I thought they were going to look like, but everything just looks so reptilian, like those ships, how they moved, and then eventually how they sort of flopped
Oh
over,
my God.
belly up.
It's so good.
I thought that was such a cool take and unlike anything I'd ever seen. I don't know why I envisioned like more robotic, but it felt very organic,
It
which
did.
was cool.
It did. It felt like a Geiger influenced,
Yeah.
organic, but also mechanical and weird.
Yeah.
Well, they tell you're sitting there, and they're like, okay, now look up on the walls of the buildings. There's aliens there. And you're like, what do they look like? They're just really scary. And now the sky's going to open up, and so they're yelling these things at you, and you're in a green cube. You don't, it's just a giant green cube. You have no idea how it's going to look. You're shooting everything out of order. Half the movie's CG. So you're sitting there and you're just going, oh my FG.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, have I said that before?
No, not until this very moment.
Right, it's, okay.
That was
I
the
want
first
to
time
make
you
sure
said
I'm
it.
being
Don't worry
fresh.
about it. Yeah, yeah, you're fresh, you're good.
All right.
But I think that the great thing is that because Joss Whedon is who he is, which is a genius, is he did such a great job setting up this story and setting up these characters. So when they had this epic battle, which I feel like there was like mini epic battles and then this giant epic battle at the end, you were really invested at that point.
Yes, it doesn't work unless you care about these characters.
Yeah.
And Josh gives them all their place in the sun.
Yeah.
Their moment to shine.
Has being in the Avengers changed your outlook on comic books in general? And like either changed it for better or for worse?
I'm scared of the fan people.
The fan people
The fan
are coming
people.
for you.
Because they have such a strong opinion and they're very vocal and they're also legion.
Yeah.
And so you really do want to please them, and I'm just grateful that we did please them, and that I hope we continue to please them with a Hulk film.
There, you said it.
And the Maria Hill. Don't you think
Maria Hill
Hill
would
would
be
a
like,
good
well, come in
combo?
with a cloth, just like getting the sweat off your brow in
Well,
that movie.
I don't think so.
I think there's definitely the opening for Maria Hill to show up in further films.
Yoo-hoo.
We'll see. We'll
Maria
see,
Hill
guys.
is kick ass.
But the thing with the comic books thing, going back to your question for me, The coolest thing doing this movie for me was to be able to see behind the curtain and like to be involved from the very beginning, like costuming. You know, so much time and so much work was spent on my costume and what the S.H.I.E.L.D. costumes would look like, what color, what's the shape, are some of the women in skirts, or so are they in suits, or what height of boots are we talking here? You know, like it was very cool to be there for the whole process. Even looking at a conceptual drawing that an artist did, and then seeing how that, with the great work of our costumer Alex Byrne, who's a genius, how she sort of took that and made it her own. And also all of the artists from the comic books, and then the creative people in drawing all these conceptual ideas, seeing how that translated to film, being able to like be there firsthand was super cool for me.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and enjoy your lunch. Your
Thank you,
poutine
Sean.
sounds delicious.
Where